Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with semifinals of the SPDA Master Ball Division for Showdown. And we're faced off against Skipper, who we've faced 3 times before, and we faced once this season already, which we did end up winning that game. So we're faced off again. I think I've got a pretty good matchup. Pretty scared of backs, but he didn't bring back backs last time, so I'm thinking he'll try it this time, but who knows. I do expect the Chestnut to show up, Terra Fairy for Moon. Last time I made a pretty bad play and sacked my Moon to a Scarf Gardevoir Moonblast with a pretty bold play. This time I think he's going to respect the Moon quite a bit. His Dark Resists are not great, and I think Terra Fairy Chestnut just makes a lot of sense for that. It's also pretty nice into like Conkeldurr, who I think looks decent. Even Skarmory it beats, because you have Stab Body Press on Chestnut, and you can just Iron Defense Body Press and Synthesis. But Freeze Dry from Kyurem looks great. I think Endgame Moth with Booster Speed, which I used last time, looks great, so I'm going to try that again. Um, and I'm going to try Carbink this time. I've never lost with Carbink, so hopefully he doesn't let me down. Pretty much walls every Cinderace set ever, unless it's like Swords Dance, something. I don't know. I think Excadrill has a really tough time here. Just terrible into Skarmory. Even not great into Conkeldurr and Swampert, and it doesn't like being slower than half of my team. So what did I bring? First up, Specs Kyurem, enough speed for the bird, whatever it's called. Also outspeeding Excadrill and Bax and all these other Pokemon around the 80s. I have enough special defense to live a modest Moonblast from Gardevoir in case it leads and I decide I want to stay in. I will be able to see if it's Scarf, if they're Trace, because their Trace will go before my pressure. But if I want to stay in and get that chip and take 95%, then I'm okay with that. It also lets me live a +2 Hurricane from Modest Moltres, that's its name. Draco Triple Ice. I didn't think I needed Earth Power for Excadrill. That's really all it would be for. Um, I think Draco's already killing Cinderace, I'm pretty sure. He does just as much as Earth Power, if not more. And then Ice Beam's also doing pretty good damage into Excadrill. I do have Blizzard in case they get the hail up, but I don't expect to really click that. I had Roar at first, but I was never clicking that in the few mocks that I did, so I ignored that. Next up, Screamtail, my win con, one of them. I have enough speed, again the same speed stat, outspeeding Moltres. Sub Calm Mind, it's kind of supposed to set up on Slowking. Sub on the Thunder Wave, Calm Mind, they can't break my sub, get a bunch of boosts and stored power. Although my moveset is walled in theory by Slowking, because they resist both moves. With enough Calm Mind, stored power is totally breaking through. Unless they are also Calm Mind, then I gotta figure something out. And then Flamethrower is there for Excadrill, just because it takes a lot of stored power boosts to be able to kill it. Whereas Flamethrower, I only need 2 Calm Minds to usually kill it, depending on the set. If they have Bulk or if they're AV, different story. Otherwise, a bunch of special attack and some HP, don't remember. Oh, the HP was to have a leftovers number. It hits 417. Leftovers would be 416, and then I go 1 more HP to take less from rocks and um, be able to click sub once more in case I need it. Next up, Roaring Moon, Adamant. Same exact EVs as I brought last time, I believe. I didn't bother speed tying Cinderace because if I ignore that, it allows me to run 1 Adamant, which means 10% more damage. That's really helpful into Chestnut. And it lets me run a lot more bulk, which is helping it for Ice Shard and U-Turn. Dragon Claw knockoff Earthquake U-Turn. I really thought about bringing Aerial Ace. It does about 75 to 90 to max defense Chestnut if I want to try and catch it on a switch in. And flying generally looks pretty good into their team, hitting things neutrally. But I thought clicking knockoff would just be better. And then just U-turning on Chestnut is fine. That lets me bring in Kyurem and get a big freeze dry off. Even if they Terra Fairy, I'm doing 75% to them, assuming they're max Def for Roaring Moon. Next up, Carbink. Standard set. Iron Defense Body Press, I got some spikes. Their team really does not appreciate spikes. Most things get hit by it. And then Resto Chesto, because I think that's the only set I've ever brought on Carbink. Although Rocky Helmet could probably be good catching Cinderace on a U-turn or something. A little bit of SPDF, but mostly FizzDef for those strong body presses. And then Skarmory, same set I brought last time except SPDF, just to help a little bit for Scarf Guard. And I have Whirlwind. I didn't think I needed Stealth Rocks. Having Whirlwind for backs or like a Nasty Plot Guard is nice. Although I think Nasty Plot Guard is just bad because of Roaring Moon, but that's that. And then if everything goes poorly, I have Iron Moth in the back for the late game, who can clean up pretty well as long as I get Slowking chipped down. Hopefully it takes a freeze dry. But otherwise that coverage is doing pretty good damage into the team. What do I expect to see? Cinderace for sure, Slowking most likely, Excadrill I'm not sure, Backs probably, Guard probably, Chestnut probably, Dragalge maybe. So if Excadrill doesn't come, it's probably Dragalge, but otherwise I think these 5 are guaranteed. What do we see? No backs, but nothing too surprising. The Rotom came last time, but it did not show up this time. Um, and last time, I think that was the only change. Yeah, they swapped Rotom for Chestnut. No other changes on the team. What am I expecting? Maybe a lead Excadrill. I think they like to lead Cinderace a lot too, so that's not out of the question. Or like Scarf Guard lead. I think those are the most obvious. Maybe Dragalge flip turning around, but I think it has some tough matchups to my team, like leading Dragalge on Moon is not great. And I don't think you expect me to lead Iron Moth, which is really what Dragalge's here for, is what I'm thinking. What I want to figure out is what is the Cinderace set? Is it Scarf, so that it's faster than my Booster Moth? What attacks does it have? Does it have High Jump Kick for my Kyurem and Roaring Moon? Does it have Zen Headbutt for my Iron Moth? Does it have Wisp? Does it have Court Change? I don't know. I had planned on leading Carbink because I think it leads fairly well into everything with Terra Water. Um, Leading into Chestnut's kind of bad. Iron Defense Body Press Chestnut will likely beat me, especially if they're Terra Fairy. I decided to lead Kyurem. I don't die to any hit on this team except for Libero High Jump Kick from Cinderace. And that's just boots. It doesn't need Choice Band or anything to kill. Otherwise, I should be living everything unless there's Specs Guard, but I will be faster than that, although I won't kill them, so will be interesting, but I am going to lead Kyurem. Slowking, fantastic lead for me. Not much Slowking can do to me. If they want a Thunder Wave, that's fine. If they just want a chilly reception out, also fine. Give me a defense boost, I'll take it. I'm just going to click Freeze Dry. If they give me the 80% or whatever it's going to do to Slowking, if they're max HP, I will take it. If they want to switch into Cinderace and take 35%, assuming they're offensive, I'm also fine with that. They do just stay in, and they give me 91%, so that was a very high roll, assuming they're max HP. And they Thunder Wave. Not ideal, but it's not the end of the world, to be honest. I'm still faster than them. I'm still faster than Dragalge, unless they have quite a bit of speed. I will be slower than Chestnut, though, which is unfortunate, and then obviously slower than Excadrill and Guard now. They know I'm Choice Specs, so they have a pretty free Cinderace switch. They'll take a bit of chip, though, which is nice. That helps put it in range of Moth for the late game. Cinderace comes in. I don't get fully parried. Fantastic. I get 34% off. That is pretty good damage. It tells me they're offensive. They don't have max HP or anything. Or maybe like absolute min roll. Or max roll on max HP, I think. I go Carbink. It's my dedicated answer to this. I thought about staying in. Kyurem's paralyzed. The only way they kill me is if they have high jump kick. But I could also just get fully parried and then I'm losing health on it for nothing. It's still in range, it's still out of range of Moonblast from Gardevoir, out of range of Iron Head from Excadrill. Although with Iron Head Flinch and Para, I'm probably not going to attack, but I figured let's play it safe. I think I'm in a pretty good spot. I'll just go Carbink. If they U-turn, that's fine. If they high jump kick and do 25%, that's also fine. They just U-turn. Not surprising. Out comes Chestnut. This was an awkward spot for me. I didn't want them to put up spikes, but there's nothing I can really do to prevent that. I don't have hazard removal, and I don't have any boots. So spikes are very bad for me. So how can I make it so this thing only gets up 1? The most obvious play for me was to go Iron Moth. Unless they're Terra Water, which I don't think is good this game. I think you definitely want Terra Fairy, maybe Terra Steel for Kyurem. But either way, Iron Moth matches up well into those types. There's not much they could do against me. So I can go Iron Moth and burn my booster speed right away. I don't want to do that though. I can go Kyurem. Body Press won't kill me, and I don't think they're clicking it here. I think they click Spike. And then I can get another Freeze Dry off. But I opt to actually go Screamtail, which is one of my win cons. I don't think it needs a lot done. I don't need to get chip on anything really for Screamtail to win. I just need it to be positioned in front of the right Pokemon. And I think Chestnut is one of those Pokemon, so I opt to go Screamtail here. And they Terra Fairy, not surprising, and they get up a Spike. Everything I expected. I thought about staying in there and Spike stacking with them, but I didn't think that was beneficial. I think their team is probably less Spikes weak than mine, because I know I don't have any boots, but I don't know that they don't have any. So Screamtail's in. Woodhammer would break my sub, but if they're just like Trailblaze or Leech Seed, then this thing really cannot touch me. So I'm gonna get up a sub, and they do switch into Slowking. This is fantastic. This thing, unless it's Calm Mind, which I don't think it is, seeing as it's Thunder Wave, and assuming max defense, although they could be max HP, max special attack. I don't think they're Calm Mind, so I'm just gonna Calm Mind, and this is a fantastic position for me. Unless they are Trick Guard, but even then, what are you gonna trick me into? Calm Mind? If I click Stored Power, which they don't know I am, they don't know my set yet, but I think I'm in a good spot. So I Calm Mind, and they Psychic. Doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna keep clicking Calm Mind. I need 3 Calm Minds for Stored Power to kill this Slowking. So I'm just gonna keep clicking Calm Mind. Psychic still not breaking my sub. I do want to end this interaction with a sub up though. So they click Scald once more. They still don't break my sub, and I decide to finally kill them. This could have been a bad play actually. There's a world that I get some more Calm Mind boosts because Stored Power, I very rarely kill Gardevoir, assuming they have no bulk, but they probably will. So getting another Calm Mind or 2 might have been the play. I can get a sub up again on them comfortably. So getting a couple Calm Minds more would be good, but even then, I'm in a fantastic spot. Guard does come out. Are they going to trick? If they do, that's fine. I'm clicking Stored Power here, and then I'll be locked into that, which is, again, fine. I'm killing the whole team, except for Excadrill, but Ironhead won't kill me, and I'll kill them before they kill me. They just Moonblast, they are Scarf, and I Stored Power, and they do have a bit of bulk, doing 70% there. I'm going to get up a sub again. They Moonblast, get the special attack drop, a little unfortunate, but shouldn't be the end of the world. And hopefully they don't crit here. They don't, and I Stored Power to kill them. I am slower than Cinderace, but otherwise I'm faster and kill the rest of the team, and Cinderace really can't do that much damage to Screamtail. Um, if they're Gunk Shot, then they're going to have to find a way to break this sub for that to matter. So out comes Excadrill. They Iron Head, so their Scarf as well. They were double Scarf. I Flamethrower and take the kill. And then they're going to have to hope that they are Gunk Shot on Cinderace here. But I think it's very hard to hit that, or to fit that on the set, because I think you really want High Jump Kick for Roaring Moon and Kyurem, and you kind of want Zen Headbutt for Iron Moth as well. Are they Gunk Shot? They are not. Fireball doesn't do very much damage, and Stored Power takes them out. And based on that damage, Gunk Shot would have actually been a roll to kill, because it would have been 2x, and they would have also had Stab on it. So down goes Cinderace, and there's not much they can do from here. Dragalge is going to go down comfortably, as will Chestnut. For all the times I have brought offensive Screamtail, it has finally pulled it off, and I got the 6-0. Didn't lose a single Pokemon, Screamtail got every kill. Really didn't do much this game besides Screamtail. Couple freeze dries, pivot to Carbink, bring in Screamtail, and win the game. Very happy with this. obviously. I think I had a pretty good game plan. Even if Screamtail didn't work, I had some great breakers, some tough walls for them to kill, and an Iron Moth for the late game. Very happy that I brought this set. I think it was the right set. I brought screens last time, so having a big switch up and bringing setup Screamtail was definitely the right play. So that's semifinals. We're in finals. That'll be next week. I don't know who I play yet. It'll be Harvey or Permanent, whoever wins. So I believe that's facing Darkrai or Dragapult. Will be interesting for sure. I have another semifinals game on Saturday for Mafia. Hopefully that one will go as well as this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in finals. Bye-bye.